All right, so today we're taking a deep dive into something a little different. Um, South African travel,
Ooh, exciting.
but with a twist. We're focusing on farm stays.
Farm stays. Okay, I like where this is going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those getaways that give you a real taste of the local life and landscape.
So not just your typical tourist traps then.
Exactly. We're talking about unique experiences, beautiful scenery, and, maybe even a chance to sip some award-winning wines along the way.
I am all ears. Tell me more.
Well, our inspiration for this deep dive is the Love to Visit South Africa newsletter.
Okay, I've heard good things.
Oh, yeah. They always have their finger on the pulse of what's new and exciting,
Yeah.
and they've uncovered some real gems.
Like what? Give me some teasers.
All right, so we're talking about things like, stunning wildflower displays that'll blow your mind,
Mm.
and even chances to get up close and personal with penguin colonies.
Penguins in South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention.
Right. It's not all about safaris in big cities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about exploring the unexpected.
Exactly.
Oh,
So let's jump right in. One of the first places that caught my eye was Boshendal.
Boshendal. Now that rings a bell.
Yeah, it's nestled in the Drakenstein Valley.
Yeah.
Just beautiful scenery. They offer these luxury farm-style accommodations. Think breathtaking views, rolling vineyards, the whole 9 yards.
Sounds idyllic.
But what really makes Boshendal stand out is their commitment to biodynamic farming.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
So basically, they've revived these age-old farming practices, focusing on soil health, biodiversity, really working in harmony with nature. And you can actually experience this firsthand through their farm tours and workshops.
I love that. It's like a vacation with a purpose.
Right. And when it comes to dining,
Mhm.
let's just say their farm-to-table cuisine is next level.
Okay, now we're talking. So they're not just slapping some tomatoes and lettuce on a plate and calling it a day.
Oh, no, no, no. They're taking it to a whole other level. They might serve something like Karoo lamb paired with a wine that's been specifically crafted to complement its unique flavor profile.
Yeah, that's what I call an immersive experience.
Absolutely. It's about showcasing the terroir, the unique characteristics of that specific region.
And speaking of unique regions, let's talk about the Northern Cape.
Oh, yes. A place of stark beauty and a commitment to sustainable travel.
The Northern Cape? It's definitely on my South Africa bucket list.
For good reason. I mean, first of all, you've got the Kalahari Desert.
Oh, wow, with those fiery sunsets and amazing wildlife.
Right. And imagine experiencing it all from an eco-lodge that's designed to minimize this environmental impact.
You had me at Eco Lodge.
Stargazing into those vast desert skies. Oh, and let's not forget about Namaqualand.
Namaqualand. Now that's a name I haven't heard before.
Well, get ready to be amazed.
Yeah.
Because every spring, this region explodes into a kaleidoscope of wildflowers.
Seriously, like a scene straight out of a movie?
It's truly a sight to behold and definitely worth adding to that bucket list.
Okay, noted. But with so many incredible experiences to choose from, we should probably talk about planning and booking.
You're absolutely right. The newsletter stresses the importance of booking in advance, especially if you're traveling during peak season.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially for those popular activities and unique experiences.
Exactly. I mean, imagine missing out on something like a guided tour through the Fynbos.
The Fynbos.
It's that distinctive type of vegetation found in the Cape Floral Kingdom. Absolutely stunning and totally unique to the region.
Okay, now I'm really picturing myself there, soaking it all in. I know, right? But you don't want to be scrambling for reservations last minute.
Definitely not. That's a surefire way to add stress to your vacation.
So let's talk about some more of those hidden gems. The newsletter has a section called Around the Web, where they highlight even more South African experiences.
Oh, perfect. I'm ready for more inspiration.
All right, first up, we've got the Cape Wine Academy.
The Cape Wine Academy. So we're going beyond just sipping wine now.
Exactly. They've been around for over 40 years, and they offer courses and tastings for everyone, from casual drinkers to aspiring sommeliers. Okay, so you don't have to be a wine expert to enjoy their offerings.
Not at all. You could even do a deep dive into a specific varietal, like Pinotage.
Pinotage, that's a new one for me.
It's a uniquely South African grape, actually,
Yeah.
created by crossing Pinot Noir and Cinsault.
Wow, I had no idea. So
Yeah.
they've really developed their own distinct winemaking traditions.
Absolutely. And for something a little more hands-on, the newsletter highlights fruit and flower picking experiences in Cape Town.
Now that sounds like a fun way to connect with nature.
Imagine wandering through orchards and gardens, picking your own fresh produce.
And maybe even creating your own bouquets.
Exactly. It's all about experiencing the local bounty and appreciating the seasonality of different fruits and flowers.
And you can't get much fresher than that.
All right. Next up, we have Portland Manor in Kisna.
Portland Manor.
Mm.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's a historic country estate on a working farm nestled amidst forests and abundant bird life. Talk about tranquil.
It sounds like the perfect place to disconnect and reconnect with nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe even learn a little bit about the history of the estate and its role in region's development.
And now for the one I've been waiting for, penguins.
All right, so for all you penguin lovers out there, there's Tinswallow Boulders.
Tell me more.
It's right near Boulders Beach, which is famous for its adorable African penguin colony.
So you're saying I can enjoy luxury accommodations and then just stroll over to say hi to the penguins?
Basically, it's this amazing blend of luxury and wildlife.
That's incredible. And it really speaks to the diversity of experiences you can have in South Africa.
Exactly. And speaking of diversity, if you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path adventure, the newsletter recommends exploring the KZN South Coast.
The KZN South Coast.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
It's got stunning natural beauty, a rich cultural heritage, and plenty of outdoor adventures.
What kind of adventures are we talking about?
Oh, hiking through breathtaking landscapes, immersing yourself in Zulu traditions, maybe even visiting a traditional healer or learning about their intricate beadwork. Wow, that sounds incredible. It's like stepping into a whole different world.
Exactly. And the locals are known for their warmth and hospitality.
Okay, I'm sold. So what else have you got?
All right. This one is a bit of a mystery. The newsletter has a from social media section with this cryptic line. In the beginning, it was all black and white.
In the beginning, it was all black and white. That's definitely intriguing.
Right. I'm not quite sure what they're getting at. Could be a reference to the history of photography in South Africa.
Or maybe a metaphorical statement about the country's complex past.
Or maybe a clue to a contest or a special offer.
Good point. It definitely sparks curiosity.
And speaking of sparking curiosity, there's a South African food you will love section that teases 5 tips for pairing cheese and wine.
Ooh, they're really tempting us.
Right. They don't reveal the tips, but it's a good reminder of South Africa's incredible culinary scene.
I'm already dreaming of all the delicious food and wine I could experience.
And to round out our virtual tour of South Africa, the newsletter highlights the Franschhoek Wine Tram.
The Franschhoek Wine Tram. Now that's a name I've heard before.
It's a unique way to explore the Cape Winelands. Imagine hopping on and off a charming tram, visiting different wineries, each with its own unique terroir and winemaking philosophy.
All while soaking in the breathtaking scenery of the Franschhoek Valley.
Exactly. And of course, there are plenty of opportunities to indulge in delicious food pairings along the way.
It sounds like the perfect blend of relaxation, exploration, and indulgence.
It really does. And it's a must-do for anyone visiting the area.
Plus, no designated driver needed.
Exactly. Leave the driving to the tram and just enjoy the experience.
Makes sense, soaking up the scenery and the wines.
Well, I'm feeling pretty inspired after all this talk about South Africa. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to book a trip.
Honestly, me too. These farm stays, they sound like such a refreshing alternative to the usual tourist hustle.
It's all about slowing down and really savoring the experience.
Exactly. Connecting with nature, indulging in amazing food and wine, learning about sustainable practices. I'm all in.
Me too. And a huge thank you to Love to Visit South Africa for curating such a fantastic collection of experiences.
Seriously, they've given us so much to think about.
And to you, dear listener, for joining us on this virtual journey through South Africa.
We hope we've sparked your wanderlust and maybe given you some ideas for your next adventure.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little something to ponder. If you could design your perfect farm stay escape in South Africa, what would it include?
Ooh, that's a good one. So many possibilities.
Right. Would you be all about the award-winning wines? Or maybe exploring those diverse landscapes?
Or immersing yourself in the local culture.
Or maybe a perfect blend of everything?
It's a tough choice. South Africa really does offer something for everyone.
Exactly. So take some time to dream and imagine your ideal South African adventure. And remember, there's a whole world of information waiting for you in the full Love to Visit South Africa newsletter.
Be sure to check it out for even more travel inspiration.
And until next time, happy travels. And there you have it. Our whirlwind tour of South African farm stays, from sustainable wineries to penguin encounters.
It's amazing how much diversity South Africa packs into one country. You've got breathtaking landscapes, incredible wildlife, rich culture, and let's not forget that world-class food and wine scene.
Absolutely. A huge thanks to Love to Visit South Africa for curating such an inspiring collection of experiences. Their newsletter is a treasure trove of information for anyone planning a trip to South Africa.
Seriously, if you're even remotely considering a trip to South Africa, do yourself a favor and check out their newsletter. You won't regret it.
Now, before we sign off, we'd love to hear from you, dear listener. What part of today's deep dive resonated with you the most? Was it the sustainable ethos of Bausch & Dahl?
Or maybe the otherworldly beauty of the Kalahari Desert. Or perhaps those adorable penguins at Boulders Beach.
Whatever sparked your imagination, we want to hear about it. Head over to our social media channels and share your favorite takeaway from today's episode.
Let's keep the conversation going and maybe even inspire each other to plan our own South African adventures.
Until next time, happy travels, everyone.